y'all, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to tell you about the 11 different guys that you will meet on a college campus. Okay, now this is not specific to HBCUs, PWIs, this is just college period. You're probably going to meet these guys, okay? And I, Brelynn, your big sister, it is my duty to let you know. And I'm not saying okay, I want to put out a disclaimer. None of these guys hurt me, okay? I'm not hurt by any of this. I'm just telling y'all the truth. I'm telling y'all what y'all want to hear. That way you know and you can look out for it, okay? I'm just letting y'all know now. And if I describe somebody, fellas, and it sounds like you, I'm not saying, don't get mad. Don't get mad. That's who you chose to be. So, without further ado, if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel and become a double major, meaning that you major in beauty and brains. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video. Number one is the bad boy. And this is really important because a lot of people come from all over the place, you know, when they go to college. And some people are from the suburbs and they come to a school that's in the city and you've never met a bad boy before. They're there to ruin your lives, okay? When I say bad boys, this could mean anything. Like, bad boys are different depending on like where you're from or like what you into. Sometimes you're a bad girl and so a bad boy is not gonna be that different. But I feel like if somebody does things that are illegal, like steals, kills, smoking too much, selling drugs, things like that makes him a bad boy. Not really worried about going to class. Now, the thing about bad boys is that it's kind of sexy, like, you know, it's kind of attractive because it's like danger, ooh, fun, but at the same time you have to be careful. You have to be careful about these guys because they're not always good for you. You know, they're gonna bring you down with them. And if you are somebody who's focused on school, sometimes you just gotta stay away from the bad guys. Now, I'm not gonna tell you to stay away from all these guys, I'm just letting you know the different ones, but the bad boys you need to stay away from. Number two is the Greek. Now this could be any Greek, okay? Every Greek is different. Every Greek at every school is different. You know how your school is. There's always going to be those boys who just think that they are God's gift to man. You know, it's like, boy, you're not all of that. You weren't cute before. Why are you trying to talk to me now that you are? I don't care. You know, it's everybody's different. What else about Greeks? You have the kind of Greeks that they're players, you know, they're just like, well, clearly I didn't want to talk to you, I just wanted to hit, because like, you have to be careful. You also have to be careful with the wannabe Greeks, because some Greeks require guys, or they, you know, encourage guys to play girls in order to assume or come under the stigma of whatever their fraternity is. That's lame, that's whack. I get it's what they have to do, that's fine, but you don't want to be that girl. You don't want to get your heart hurt dealing with guys who really don't care. You know what I'm saying? So just try and be careful with the Greeks. Just be careful. Some of these boy categories can combine. You know, like you could have a bad boy who's also Greek. Ooh, that's a bad combination. Which brings me to number three, which is the playboy. Again, 1, 2, and 3. Oh gosh, if you have a boy that's 1, 2, and 3, run, sister, run. But the playboy is that boy that talks to everybody, and sometimes, sis, you don't even know it. Like, sometimes your friends may warn you, but you're just like, oh my, and it always starts off with like, oh my gosh, like, you know that he talks to a lot of girls, but you're kind of surprised that he'd want to talk to you. So you're like, oh my god, it's so and so. And then he always starts off really well. Now, playboys, they know how to treat a girl. That's not their problem. So he's probably texting you a lot. He's probably like, you know, y'all probably hanging out. You have great conversation. He's probably a really great catch. That's not the problem. The problem is that he's so much a catch that he can't control himself and he wants to be with multiple different girls at the same time. That's the problem. Yes, he's maybe taking you out on dates, but he's also taking out other girls on dates, and it really mind boggle your brain when you're just like, wait a minute, like, how are you talking to these other girls and me at the same time? Like, we text every day, we're on FaceTime, we meet at the mall, we're at the library together. He's finding time for other girls too, and that's what's scary, and that's why playboys are dangerous. Sometimes you don't know ahead of time, but if you ever get a whiff of it, always proceed with caution. Number 4 is Mr. Popular. He's kind of similar to the Playboy, but Mr. Popular can mean anything. Like sometimes you have guys where it's just like everybody knows them, all the girls may want him for some dumb reason. It's the kind of guy that you're gonna look at and you're like, wow, it's like so many people know you. But ooh, with Mr. Popular, I bet he's gonna have so many girlfriends, like oh, this is my sister, oh, best friend. You gotta watch out for, he could be really, really cute or whatever, and it's kind of just like, why everybody know who you are? You know, you get a little bit suspicious. Sometimes they don't like to have their business out there, and if there's ever a guy who will not scream your name to the from the top of the mountains, you always got to be careful. Now I get it, we're at a day and age now where you just can't be posting everybody on social media when you text for 2 days, but you know what I'm saying, you got to be careful, because it's got to be careful. You got to be careful with all guys, honestly. I think that's really what the gist of this video is becoming into. But some guys are great, and sometimes, you know, Mr. Popular could be great too. It's possible. Number 5, there's no other way to say it but how the great Beyonce said, a bugaboo. Like, you're so annoying, and you do not get the hint. You must get no girls. Have y'all ever met a guy where it's like, you must get no girls, like, or I must be the prettiest girl that you've ever talked to in your life because you act like you cannot let me go. I am not your girl. Like, I'm not your girl. You're not my dad.
You're not my dad.
I'm not your girl. So you need to calm it down. Like, you want to call me all the time, and it's like, ignoring them doesn't work. I don't know why, but it doesn't work. I got a couple bugaboos on my line right now, and it's like, how many times can I leave you on red for you to get the hint? I don't want to talk to you. I mean, they will keep texting you. Snapchat, oh, you look beautiful. These are the ones that blow up your social media. Like, they'll be underneath every picture, or they'll be the first to double tap just so that you know that they see you. Yeah, I know that you see me and I see you too, and I don't care. I don't want you. When are you gonna get the hint? These guys you have to tread lightly with, because you are all, oh, my grandma told me this one horror story about, it's really sad, y'all, but her best friend got killed because she told a boy that she didn't want to give her her number. She didn't want to give him her number, and he ended up killing her at a house party. She told me this right before I went to college. So y'all best believe I'm nice to every boy that asks for my number. You know, I really try not to give it out to everybody, especially if I really know that I'm not going to talk to you. But you know, some guys were just like, let me just go ahead and give it to him and give him the right number that way, because these bugaboos, ooh, you know, when you're out and they're like, hey, can I get your number? You're like, no, I don't really, I got a boyfriend. Oh, we can just be friends. Okay, fine. So-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. You give them your number, right? And they're like, all right, bet. And they call you right there. If y'all never had that happen to you, let me tell you, it happens. And it is so embarrassing if you give them the wrong number and they call it and it doesn't pick up. That's embarrassing. You can't try and play the my phone is dead. Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? Number 6, nothing going on. This boy has nothing going for him. Like, he's not a part of no organizations. He doesn't really dress that well. He doesn't excel in academics. He's not an athlete. He just is like, what do you got going on? Why would I, hello, when I talk to you? And it's like, they make you feel bad. They make you feel like, am I shallow? But you got nothing going on. It's really hard for me to want to talk to you when I got all these other boys on my line and nothing is bringing me back to you. You're gonna meet guys like that where it's just like, I mean, he's nice, but that's it. These guys are also the ones that have like a lukewarm personality. Like, they're not really funny, they're not really playful, they're not super intelligent, they're not kind of scary, kind of mysterious, kind of mean. They're just like, nice guy. Number 7 is the perfect ugly. I've had a couple of these in my time. It's like everything about this guy is like low-key perfect. Like, you know, I like me a tall guy. Okay, let me describe my perfect ugly. He'll be tall, nice hair, nice teeth, nice eyes, nice skin. He'll play sports, he'll be fit, he'll be really smart, he'll be ambitious, all these great things, right? And you know, something will be wrong, like his face will be ugly. That's That sounds so mean. Or like all these things, but he'll be short. For me, it's a turn off. It's like, dang it, like I can't. It's like something about him to you makes him ugly, but everything else is great. Like he treats you great, he will like, he's so respectful, and you're just like, dang, I just wish that I was attracted to you, because if I was, you would be perfect, but I'm not. And it's not even that you're too shallow. Like, sister girl, I'm not shallow, you're not shallow. Like, don't feel bad. I think that you have to have at least a little bit of sexual attraction to the person in order for it to work out. And you know when you're just, it's just not gonna work. You just don't get nothing from him. And it's okay. But it just sucks sometimes, doesn't it? Ooh, number 8 is Mr. Suspect. You know what sucks? Is when your friends tell you, oh, like, oh, hey girl, you know, that's a bae, I'm talking to so-and-so.
You're talking to him?
Yeah, girl, I'm talking to him. Ain't he cute?
Yeah, he a little bit too cute.
What's that mean?
Haven't you heard? I mean, I thought that he...
Oh God. Like, if anybody ever starts a conversation off like that with me after I just told them that I was talking to somebody, red flag. You gotta be careful, especially if you go to a school in Atlanta. You got to be careful, okay? Because some of these guys do be down low and they're looking for a beard, and I ain't gonna be no man's beard, okay? If you like dudes, that's fine with me. I love them all, but you know, what you talking to me for? Okay, number 9 is the pop-up potential. It's like, sometimes guys, especially in college, it's like they're allergic to relationships. It's like you have to give them an EpiPen in order for them to really want to settle down. But sometimes you actually met the person where you're just like, honestly, I want to be with you. Like, I wish I could be in a relationship with you, but you're like not on the same page with me. But like when we hang out, like, you know, y'all have probably both decided, I like you, you've expressed it to each other, y'all hang out, maybe y'all go on dates sometimes, you text all the time, FaceTime, whatever. But it's like, it's nothing that makes it go to that official level. And it seems as though y'all keep going in and out and in and out. Like, he gets really interested in you and then he kind of like falls back, then gets interested and falls back, then you fall back, then he falls back. And it's always just kind of like you're popping in and out of each other's lives. But he has such great potential, like the highest potential out of everybody. Like, out of all your hoes, like that's the one person who you really want to be with. But it's like they're not consistent, or they don't want it, or you don't know what it is. Like, oh, those are the worst. I've had a couple of those. Like, why don't you love me?
Tell me, baby, why don't you love me when I make me so damn easy to love?
Tell me, baby, why don't you love me? Or they're focused on themselves or stupid stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you have so much potential, but we ain't together. Number 10 is the busybody. Now, once again, how many times do I say this? I started off and I'm like, you gotta be careful. He's dangerous. You gotta be careful with the busybody though, because those are the ones where it's just like, you never have time for me. I mean, all of this, you don't got no time for none of this. Really? If a guy don't have no time for you, that probably means that he's making time for somebody else. I said it. Y'all, why am I being so animated in this video right now? Like, I really need to calm down. But the one who's always just like, oh, I mean, I got 5 classes today, and then after that I have to go to a meeting, then I have to go to practice. Once I get back, I'm probably gonna have to study with my group. I have a group project done. Maybe if I'm done at like 12, I'll call you. You calling who at 12? You're not calling me to hang out. It's one thing, you know, if every now and then like y'all really want to see each other and you're talking to somebody and it's like, dang, like we both had a pretty hectic day. I'm busy, you busy, I get it. We said we were gonna hang out. It's 12 p.m. but shoot, let's still meet up. I get it. Sometimes if that man is hitting you up all the time after midnight, that's called, sis, that's called a booty call. Okay, don't fall for it. People make time for what they want to make time for. Remember that. Number 11 is the athlete. We love them, we hate them, we love to hate them, we hate to love them. I mean, who doesn't want themselves an athlete, right? Somebody who's big and strong and you just feel like, I mean, athletes are really ambitious, and to me ambition is like top quality, like you have to have goals and always want to, you know, work towards them. Athletes are so ambitious. They all, especially if they're in college and they're playing a sport, that means they're really serious about it and they worked hard to get there. So they're probably a hard worker. There's a lot of great things about athletes, but once again, they think that they are just God's gift to man. Like, they always have so many girls after them, and even if they're not that cute, some of them are just like, they think that you want to talk to them because they play a sport. And sometimes a lot of girls just want to talk to them because they do play sports. It's really hard. It's cool if you get one, because then you can be a basketball wife or like a football wife, you know, and then go to the games and support and go team. Ooh, it's even cuter like if you're a cheerleader and he's a football player or basketball player or the dance team. It's really cute. It's really cute. But you gotta be careful because athletes have hoes. That's just a known fact. But if you can get a good one, get a quiet one that's not always in the limelight, one that's not always at the parties. And that's your guy. All right, you guys, so that brings me to the end of this video. I know I've been acting a fool, but if you like my personality and you like this video, again, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And that brings me to the end, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Now, honey, you better sit down and look around, cause you must have bumped your head. And I love you enough to talk some sense back into you, baby. I hate to see you come home, me, the kids, and the dog is gone. Check my credentials.